You suddenly became the richest person in the world. What would you do? Cancel my 6:30 alarm. Immediately hire a very good lawyer and a very good accountant. Seriously, please like and subscribe, and comment something nice for your favorite Reddit slave. Wonder how the economy crashed so badly and so quickly. I'm gonna buy a new pillow. I want a new pillow. Pay for the things I need, and probably change my name, and buy a small town. Move there with a few people I enjoy the company of, and live a quiet life, until I die of old age or the apocalypse. Whichever comes first. I'd buy a mountain range. And a bunch of hookers. Breed and breed and breed. Only communication with the children will be grunts. Force them to fight for food. Let them inbreed. And slowly form a giant clan of mountain barbarians. Then let my great grandkids taste maple syrup. Once they calm the F down, I'll point north. And that is how I'll become king of Canada. Be Batman. Nothing. As much nothing as I want. Why, I'd make sure that I'm the only person who has access to that money and not do anything good with it. Donate to Team Trees. Or because they still haven't hit 20 million. Edit. So they passed 20 million now. So I would buy a private jet and lots of canned foods that have the pull tab, so you don't need to have a can opener and tons of bottled water. Then take them to Africa. 2 chicks at the same time. Help the poor. Buy my own bouncy castle. Bribe all the countries in the world into strong environmental protection measures and the rest of the UN SDGs. https://sustainable development UN.org/SDGs. Build the mansion of my dreams. Have as many cats as fit in that mansion, and people to clean up after them. Travel the world. Buy an island, and found a utopia. Shit my pants. I'd buy a plethora of apartment blocks. All the homeless veterans and people on hard times get to live in them. First 6 months rent, bills and food paid for, just to help them get back on their feet. After 6 months, I'd charge $100 a month for rent, just to make sure they're getting back to normality of paying their own bills. As soon as they're on their feet, I'd help them find a new home, and the $100 rent payments will be given back to them as a well done, good luck gesture. Then I'd help another person in the same position. Rinse and repeat. Put myself straight into school for a better education. Boring, I know, but my pride has been broken for way too long. Pay off my student loans and everyone else who else student loan debt in the US. Over 45k in debt before the age of 25. It sucks. Chrono Trigger remake. All the guitars. All the guitars. Give every Redditor an award so they can finally get their Reddit coins. Fix my lazy eye. Pretty much anything I want to. Currently Jeff Bezos, Amazon, has a net worth of about 130 billion USD. If he was a country, and his net worth was instead the GDP, then he rank at #37 on the list. So let's assume I have 150 US dollars. 000000000. Sure, there is going to be a lot tied up in stocks, capital assets, etc, but at that insane level of wealth you're looking at running major league sponsorship, donations to charity, etc. You could drop 1 billion on a country to improve its road, power and telecoms infrastructure without blinking. It's less than 1% of your net worth. I'd fund an insanely expensive reboot of underrated UK TV cult classic Blake's 7. Put a hit out on everyone in the Panama Papers. Vanish. Suddenly become the poorest. I'd likely run a study in universal basic income. I watched a TED talk with a guy from MIT saying when I'd really need a study to go 3 years with enough people from varying socioeconomic backgrounds, and it would need to be enough, like around 2,000 each, to be a safety net. No one will run a study of that magnitude BCOs or realismo. I think it is an important discussion that will become very necessary as automation takes more and more jobs. That is, if we survive our climate issues. Other than that, I mean there is only so much I can spend on my desires and making my loved ones comfortable. The rest would be about conservation efforts, helping children and animals who are hurt and hungry, etc. Finally could get the Christmas presents to my family. It's not looking too great today. Also get some nice camera lenses and art supplies. I don't really want anything special. I could pay off rent in advance. Help my parents pay off their loans, and help some of my friends get out of their abusive households, getting them an apartment or something etc. Then I'd donate to different charities too. Book a trip to Punta Cana. Go on a shopping spree. Donate to a charity. Any money I have left over, I'll just save it. Long-term education goals. Worldwide. No joke. Education is the biggest pensum benefit to society. The more people that are educated to the best of their ability, the better off all of humanity is. File my taxes. Once my family was set up, I'd just start paying off a bunch of lunch accounts in public schools, so all kids can eat for free. Kids are our future, and we need to stop shortchanging them. Fix the economic infrastructure that maintains income inequality. Giving to the poor is all well and good, but it doesn't solve the underlying problems. Immediately upgrade my cochlear implants. Invest the majority of it in diversified assets and investments. Set up a foundation that will bankroll cochlear implants and hearing aids for deaf kids from poor families in South Africa and around the world who otherwise would never be able to afford it. Get my own permaculture farm and contribute to conservation projects around the world. Make sure that my money is properly invested. Lobby governments. Create a new lobbying coalition to change things for the better. When you control 100 billion or more, you automatically enter a free-for-all against other financial elites. 1. Team trees. 2. Genetically engineer viral cat girls. Depends. Am I now worth about 110 billion US dollars? Or is the whole rest of the world lowered below my net worth? 2 chicks at the same time. Try and figure out WTF happened and where I got all this money from. More cocaine? Buy a bunch of stuff. I would buy the North Pole. Quit my job. Travel the world eating fine food every night with my bitches. They'll all know I am seeing other women, but they won't care. I'd have 50 beautiful wives across the globe and father a line greater than Genghis Khan earth. Lose my mind over a week. Just start screaming at some point probably. Likely stop before the police get called. Probably. Lawyer. Accountant. etc. Start putting the hammer down on student loans of people I care about. Secure my parents and sister for retirement with some annuities. Honestly, I'm so lonely I'd probably end up paying most of my current small friend group online to go part-time and chill together or something. I don't know. See a bunch of doctors. See a therapist. Or 3. Because at this point my own wellness is all I have to try and confront and work on. Hire a butler and a chef to pick up after me and help regulate my eating. Assuming this is just about 150 billion in assets. Assuming I'm well at some point, and consider myself to be well enough to focus on some other project. Probably just hold graduate school / policy foundation mixers, where I'll try to chat with people. Create foundations to feed struggling grad students in my passion fields. Start a charitable long-term poverty uplifting program under the name of my grandfather who administered a similar foundation. Commission academic research. Edit. Start a foundation to give research grants for research duplication. As in that whole confirm results scientific method business. Maybe start a whole research center on it. Are you a starving researcher just out of your program and need a quick job? Duplicate some research to get your start. It's not sexy. It's not glamorous. But it needs to be done. And there isn't enough of it. Edit 2. Start a college fund for my friend's daughter. Out of our group he's the only one with a kid. So, might as well. Make sure other friend that mentioned in passing they were seeing fertility specialist can see the best specialists. We're a fucked up group. But hey, if they want kids. Be the richest person in the world. Start paying into all the systems the government it. Set up a single payer healthcare system. Eliminate homelessness. Free college. I'm social reform incarnate. No one needs that kind of money. DoorDash. Take solace in the fact that I'll still never be enough. Step 1. Buy Respawn Entertainment. Step 2. Get the license to make a game of a popular and viable franchise. Think Star Wars or something. Step 3. Question mark? Question mark? Step 4. Profit. Try to prevent the government from knowing. 2 chicks at the same time. I'd build the most expensive gaming rig ever. Here's how. First. Buy Razer. Get them to make me a custom motherboard with 10 PCIe ports, 16 RAM slots, and 6 Thunderbolt 3 ports dedicated to monitors. Second. Buy 10 Titan RTX cards, 16 32GB RAM sticks, and whatever the most powerful Intel processor is. Water cool it all. Third. Put an Xbox Series X, PS5, and Nintendo Switch in it. Work with Microsoft, Sony, and Valve to make a single app that can launch all my games from within Windows, as well as to make everything playable with a mouse and keyboard. Also get a custom case to fit it all. Fourth. Get 6 curved 4K monitors, and put them next to each other. Get Razer to develop monitors that don't have a bezel. Fifth. Get all wireless peripherals that charge via a mousepad. Sixth. Make sure everything is mercury white. And lastly, just for fun, pay every major game developer, or at least the games I play, to integrate Razer Chroma into their games. Got to make it pretty. Buy Fox News, and morph it into a pro-socialism network so slowly no one notices.